Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ball Players Guide, your guide to everything ball. Today, we are going to be talking about the New York Metropolitans, where last year they finished 83 and 79 in one of the worst collapses that you will ever see in baseball. They started 45 and 24. It was the best record in baseball. And then from then on, they went 38 and 55. They had three different losing streaks of seven or more games. They had a series loss to the Pirates where they were outscored 30-4. They were also winless after trailing after the eighth inning. They were 0 and 70, which is crazy. They used 46 different pitchers, which is the same number as the Braves, both an MLB record. And at one point, they blew a four-plus run lead in three consecutive games. Just if you had to draw up how to destroy a baseball season, that's the way you do it. I mean,
Vibes were good.
vibes were great. It was awesome. It got to the point where they would go to the ninth inning and they're like, well, how are we going to blow this? And then they would blow it every single time. Like they were up five in the ninth. Like, well, how are we going to blow it this time? And without fail, it would just go down in flames. So they changed a lot of things up. They lost Ryan Helsley, Cedric Mullins, Griffin Canning, Tyler Rogers, Gregory Soto, Jesse Winker, Ryan Stanek, Starling Marte, Pete Alonso, Edwin Diaz, Drew Smith, Nick Madrigal, Brandon Nimmo, Jeff McNeil, Luis Angel Acuna, Brandon Sproat, Jet Williams, Dick Lovelady, our favorite. And they brought in Marcus Semien, Devin Williams, Jorge Polanco, Luke Weaver, Bo Bichette, Luis Robert Jr., Freddie Peralta, Tobias Myers, Craig Kimbrough, MJ Melendez, Ben Rortvedt, our GOAT, Mike Tauchman, Vidal Brujan, Austin Barnes, Luis Garcia, Nick Birdie, Carl Edwards Jr., our other GOAT, Christian Pache, Adbert Alzolay, our third GOAT, and Kevin Herget. Holy shnikes. That's a lot of players out, a lot of players in. What do we think of the Mets?
It's really weird because on paper they're pretty similar, maybe a little bit better than last year, but it's just like I felt like in their mind they just needed to reset. Like they had a group of guys like an Alonso, and they just had a group of guys that had been there for a little while, and
Demo.
Nimmo, that's who I was trying to name there, and
McNeil.
Mhm.
they just kind of had to, you know, get new guys in maybe. And I don't know what the clubhouse, I know there's rumors about that, but just kind of trying to reset everything and see how that works. I think it's going to be interesting for them. I think they're really going to miss Edwin Diaz. So I'll be real, I'll watch how that work goes for them because that's going to be interesting. And then also, I mean, without Pete Alonso, like that's 40 homers gone. So it's going to be really interesting to see how, uh, this infield as a whole is going to be interesting to me. Like Bo Bichette's going to be playing third base, and I don't know. I know he didn't rate out well at shortstop. I'm sure he'll be fine at third. But they're playing Jorge Polanco at first base. Like, how is he going to be at first? Like, Simeon's getting a little bit older. They trade for Lubob, who Luis Robert. He's going to be really good in the field, but is he going to hit? Can he replicate? Was 2023? He was really good, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a couple years now.
So it's been a couple of years for him. Like, can he like change the scenery? Like, there's times last year where it didn't look like he didn't care at all. So,
I mean, he's on
you
the
go
White
to, I mean,
Sox.
well, I mean, you go to the Mets, you're playing meaningful baseball more than likely. Like maybe that changes things a little change. I don't know if I believe in changing scenery or not, but in this case, maybe that could be a thing. Um, but overall, like on paper, like they're a good baseball team. I think the biggest thing is they just wanted to try to shake things up and they needed a reset of some sort. They still spent a lot of money. I like that they went and got Freddie Peralta. That was a good, kind of guy to have at the top end of the rotation. And then I think their rotation, I think they're gonna go with a six man right away just because they have six guys they believe in, uh, which is interesting. And then they have a couple guys, like I said, I think they're gonna miss Diaz. We'll see how Devin Williams, he's listed as their closer right now. He struggled last year. Is he gonna bounce back? I think that's probably one of the biggest storylines, like that back end of the bullpen, Williams and Weaver, where they signed from the Yanks. Like it looks to be really interesting for them. They're a really curious team to me because I don't know. It'll be interesting. They're just so like I don't know.
I think that's a good way to describe the Mets. It's like they're interesting. I don't know.
Putting
Joey,
two
what do you
guys,
know?
putting two guys in corner infield positions that aren't known for playing those corner infield positions is really, especially Jorge at first, like defensively, is he going to be better than Pete? I would say no. Is there a chance for improvement? Yeah. But Jorge's also not going to hit you 40 bombs.
Excuse
So,
you. It's gonna hit you 45.
okay, that's a stamp. We'll come back to that.
Approve it. I was looking at just to kind of go about the corners conversation. Polanco -4 outs above average for his range, and Bichette was -13. He was in the first
Yeah.
percentile at shortstop.
I know he
So,
wasn't very good at short. The move to third might help him a little bit.
but they also have Brett Beatty, who was in the 70th percentile for outs above average. Like he was a solid
Yeah.
third baseman, and he had what was it, 3.1 WAR last year. League average, just slightly above league average hitter. So like it's just a weird like amalgamation of just like let's see what works together, I guess. I don't know, but you're right, Joey. The defense is going to be weird, at least in the infield.
Yeah. And I
Soto's
think
moving back to left also. That was
Yeah.
another interesting move. I don't know how much the park plays in left, I guess. I don't know if it's bigger and right, bigger and left, really what that situation is, but
Yeah, I don't
Soto's
know.
never been known as a good defender. So,
and I think we talked about this like when the signing happened, but like the Bichette move to me was like almost like a desperation. Like I felt like there's other players that fit that roster better for what they needed, but like they needed a big splash, they needed to make a big signing, and then they're just gonna try to piece it together. And I think I agree with you, Joe. Like defensively, I'm so interested to see how Jorge Polanco is at
yeah,
first, considering he's never played it before. And same with Bichette, like terrible at shortstop. Will he rate out a little bit better at third? Like there's a lot of
yeah.
interesting things to watch on this team.
The range for Jorge Polanco at first is between okay and the worst ever to do it at first base. Like
Yeah,
that's the range. It will peak at okay
because he was never a good defender at second. So like,
or short or third.
yeah,
He played all three with the Twins at one point, and he was never good at any of them.
He was serviceable, but
Yeah,
not good.
yeah,
he was okay.
below
Yep.
average.
It's so interesting when we're talking about their defense. Like you look at their lineup, they've got Lindor, who's Gold Glove, Soto, Bichette, Polanco, who are all big question marks with the glove. Simeon, Gold Glove, Beatty, above average. Francisco Alvarez, below average. Luis Robert,
Really
Gold
good.
Glove. Carson Bench, minor league prospect, one of their best. Who are ya? Never heard of ya. And then, yeah, it's just like, it's so weird, like the dichotomy on their team. Like, I would hate being a pitcher for them because like you're either hitting it to a black hole where everything gets absorbed, or you're hitting it to the biggest weakness in the major leagues. Like it's such a weird dichotomy on their team. It's so weird.
It's a really weird lineup construction for sure when you can factor in the defense as well.
It's literally like MLB The Show, and you just like had like a panic spend of like, oh, Bo Bichette's on the market, I gotta go get him. But like you already had like five infielders that you had to fit, and now you are just like, I guess one of them can play first base.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
like roster wise, like Kyle Tucker would have fit this team really well.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bellinger.
I think yeah, him or Belly. I wanted him to like. Obviously, I'm really happy the Cubs got Bregman, but I thought Bregman was a decent fit here too, just because I mean, he's good defensively too. But
I think it was
No.
part of it was probably they wanted Nimmo off the roster, and Texas might have been the only one that's like, hey, we'll flip these two contracts, make
yep,
it even. And then they just kind of got stuck with them. Like maybe Jorge was their first choice at second, and bringing in Bo and Jorge to DH, something like that. And then they had to get Semien to get Nimmo off. Pause. Um, and off the roster, I should have said. Um,
I don't think Nimmo's gonna like that one.
I don't even know what I was saying anymore, but you get my point. Like, was
yep.
Semien the
Yeah.
only move they could make to get Nimmo's contract off, type of thing?
Probably,
That's
because the Mets are to a point where they want like other major league players in return, and that
yeah,
probably was a perfect fit for that contract.
Yeah, and then I mean they're gonna hit. I don't think like we're questioning like they're gonna hit up and down the lineup. Like they've got bats. Their one question is Lubob, who his ceiling is like great hitter, and his floor is probably higher than what it was at the White Sox, I'd
yeah.
say. And he's more protected now. He doesn't have to be the guy. And then you have this rookie who I've never heard of. They have Mark Vientos listed on their bench still. Like what is he gonna do for you? I mean, like they're gonna hit. Like that's no problem. And then you look at their pitching staff. Their six man is good. They have Freddie Peralta, Nolan McLean, David Peterson, Clay Holmes, Sean Manaea, Kodai Senga as your six.
The solid
That,
six guys.
that's a
Yeah.
really good six man. And I think you're kind of protecting yourself because Kodai's been hurt a little bit. Um, some of your guys like Manaea is a little bit older. Clay Holmes protecting him a little bit just for like lengthening out his arm because he was a reliever before last year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Um, Noel McLean, young guy, right? So like I feel like the six man like works for them. I don't like it for most teams, but I think it works for them. Um, and then the bullpen, I mean, I'm high on Devin Williams bouncing back. We've seen pitchers go to New York and really struggle in the past. And when they leave New York, or like the Yankees, I should say, the Yankees,
I was about to say.
when they go to the Yankees, they struggle, and then they leave the Yankees, and then they improve again. Like look at Sonny Gray. I'm high on Devin Williams. I think he's going to make some tweaks and be maybe not as dominant as he was, but good. And then the rest of the arms, I mean, Luke Weaver, Brooks like Raley, Luis Garcia, Huascar Brasaban, Tobias Myers, I really like. Like they've got some good arms in the bullpen. This team could be really, really good.
Do you know what like I remember reading something like do you remember what Devin Williams' issue was? Like I thought I remember like it was like an arm slot thing or if it was like a
I had like, and when we talked about his signing and like talking about like
yep.
his arm slot has like changed. I don't remember if it raised or lowered, but like every single year it like raised up. So like his
Okay.
movement down his pitches were weird, or one way or the other. Like it
Yep.
had changed
Yep.
every single year, and so I wonder if he's not going to get back to the way that it was because now that you have metrics, like you can see that.
Yep.
So I think it just kind of flattened everything out, and it wasn't looking like as deceiving. But
Because his like Savant page still looks really good.
yeah, it's
Like
great.
not that that's the end all be all, but
But like the tools are there for him to be like phenomenal,
yeah.
right? Like it was, yeah, I don't remember. It was some page on Savant where it showed like his arm angle,
Hmm.
and you were able to track it year by year. And it's, oh yeah, if you just scroll down on his main page, like you can see like 2020 it was at 31 degrees, and then every year since then it's dropped a few angles, so now it's 21. So when you're getting it, especially for him with a changeup, if you're getting it out here, so you can't really see my arm. If you're getting it here, you're not able to get the pronation as good, especially for his type of movement where it drops. I'm getting nerdy. I'm sorry, everybody fell asleep. But like with his changeup movement, if you get it up a little bit more and you're able to really spin it and it falls off the table, that is going to work so well for him. And I feel like somebody has to get in his ear and let him know that.
Yeah. And I
Because
know
31
like
to 21 is a big difference.
yeah. And I know like his like he had some like really bad blow up outings that like terrible that I know it kind of inflated the ERA too. Like he wasn't good last year as a whole, but I know he had some really bad like a couple of really bad like 5 or 6 run. I want to say he gave up 5 runs one in one of his outings, but which as an reliever can really tank your season. But yeah, I know overall he kind of struggled. So it'll be interesting to see if he can bounce back.
Did he have a shoulder injury or something?
Probably like a fan,
2024, he only
probably
pitched
like a
22
phantom
games.
IL last year because he was struggling so bad.
No, he pitched 67 games. The year before that, though, with the Brewers, he only pitched in 22. So was he injured in some way? Like, would that have like affected his arm angle, like trying to compensate? Like he just keeps dropping it lower and lower and lower.
He had two stress fractures in his back in March of 24.
Okay, that'll do it then. He's trying to compensate, I would guess, and he's trying it's like get it across any way he can, and he's dropping it down here instead of up top. Interesting.
Well, it's a little wrong on his blow up. So he gave up 3 runs, one, two, three, four different times, 5 different times, and then one of the times he gave up 4 runs. So he had like 4 or 5 like pretty bad outings.
Which in 60 some games,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a big question mark for them is who's their closer and can Devin Williams do it?
I also had a note on their rotation.
Let's
First
hear
guy
it.
that gets hurt, they have Jonah Tong, not even on this roster, and he's
Yep.
gonna be there. So just a
Yep.
quick little note, but
Yep. That's very, yeah, very important to bring that up as well.
Yeah, it'll be this team is gonna be really fun to watch, I think. I think they could be really explosive one way or the other. Um, there's a real chance they win the NL East in a stacked NL East. Right now, their over under is at 90 and a half, which is the highest over under we've seen so far.
it's a tough one because, like with the Braves, they just keep adding someone else to the injured list or the problem list. Shout out Jerks and Profar, 2 years in a row. Pop, what are we doing? Um,
Shout out
and
us for
then
calling that on the episode was recorded before he got popped,
yeah,
and we called that.
um, I don't know if I believe in the Phillies anymore either. So that's kind of where I'm torn. It's between whether I think this whole mess of an infield is going to work or if I believe in the old Phillies to give it one more go. And I don't know. It's tough. I'll take the over
I'm going
to make
under.
a long answer short. I'll take the over.
Uh, I don't know if they listen, but I have relatives that are Mets fans, so I feel like I get in trouble if I take the under, so I'm going to take the over. I also just really believe in this pitching staff, and I think they're gonna hit enough to cover any
Yeah.
shortcomings that they have. Um, yeah, I think it'll be a really fun year for the Mets. Either that or a really fun year for us watching the Mets implode. Are you guys ready for some Mets trivia?
Yeah.
I have 3 questions today for you.
Oh,
Yeah, I got really bored on my drive to work, so I found 3 whole questions. If you haven't looked at last year's baseball reference page for the Mets, don't,
I
because this is
haven't.
for the perfect. The Mets had 3 hitters lead the league in different stats. Can you name them and the stats that they led in? It's kind of a trickier one. Oh, I was crazy because I was like, they had 3 hitters lead the league in different stats. Multiple categories for each hitter, too. and they didn't make the playoffs, which is crazy.
Pete Alonso, RBI.
Pete Alonso, not RBI, but he did lead in three different categories.
Slug.
Nope.
Let's see, I was gonna say Juan Soto plate appearances, but I was also thinking it might be Pete Alonso plate appearances
No.
for both.
Correct.
Oh,
But you're close.
was
At
it just
bats.
yeah?
You're thinking you need to just like flip your thinking a
Just
little bit.
games in general, was it Pete?
Pete played in 162 games.
Okay.
He also leads in two other stat categories.
Does he lead in like? I'm just trying to. He doesn't lead in slug.
No, not
He
according to
would.
what I saw.
He did in homers. Is it doubles then?
He led in doubles.
Okay.
Yep. And then he led in one more stat.
Hit by pitches.
Ground into double play
Uh,
with 23.
the old Trevor Plouffe
The
bowl.
old Trevor Plouffe. And so that's Pete. You got Pete done. Soto led in three different categories.
Gonna go walks.
Yes.
Yeah.
127.
So OBP? No.
Yep.
Yeah,
396.
Okay.
The last one's kind of sneaky because it's something he hasn't done before.
Oh, stolen bases.
Stolen
Hmm.
bases. He had 38 steals, which is crazy that all of a sudden he just decided to be fast, which is nuts.
it's like Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor had a bunch too, I think, this year.
Yep.
Yep. Just I'm gonna steal bags now. That's something I can do. Now you have one more player that led the league in two different stats.
Is it
Two.
Lindor?
It is Lindor. Remember how I said you were close earlier?
Is it plate appearances?
Plate appearances and at bats. He had 732 plate appearances last
Did he
year.
play all? Did he play every game then?
160.
160. But he okay, yeah, but then he let off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
732 plate appearances is crazy.
Wow.
Next question. Who was the last Mets closer before Edwin Diaz to have over 20 saves in a season?
Oof. I can't even
It's-
think I can't even think of much
it's-
closers.
Well,
Been
Is
a
it-
hot minute.
is it Familia?
It is Churis Familia. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He was dominant for 3 years and then just
Just
vanished.
I think I would have gotten that name eventually.
He had 51 saves in 2016.
I was gonna say I remember him being part of their World Series team the year before.
Yeah, 51 in 2016.
My other guess was like Henry Mejia or Genry Mejia, however you say it, the guy that got popped 3 times for roids and got banned for life.
It's a theme in this episode I'm sensing.
Yeah. I looked him up today because I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 4 times before you got banned. So Profar is one step away from a lifetime ban.
We can only hope. Last question. This one's for our olds in the audience.
Tim Tuffle.
It's not. Stop. I'm banning Tim Tuffle from the podcast. What future longtime Minnesota Twin was a member of the 1986 Mets team that won the World Series? He was 24 years old, hadn't really been in the big leagues that much.
So would he have been on the World Series Twins teams?
He was. Let me just get the time frame right.
Oh, is it Frank Viola?
He was on the 91 team, not the 87 team.
Was my guess correct?
No,
It wasn't.
it's not Frank Viola.
Did he go to the Mets after or before the Twins? It was probably after.
So
No.
here's the thing. This player was part of the trade that sent Frank Viola
Oh, okay.
to the Mets.
Hmm.
I'd say the Twins won this trade. A rare Twins trade win. Well, maybe. Frank Viola is pretty good.
Just start listing off the starting lineup from the World Series.
Randy Bush.
I don't think the lineup's going to get you that far.
Oh,
So it's a pitcher.
it's not
So Scott
not
Erickson,
it's not Jack Morris.
Kevin Tapani,
Hint, this player was traded by the Twins twice. One time to the Cubs for Kyle Loesch.
so they hated him.
Well, he kept coming back.
Kyle Loesch trade.
Kyle Loesch.
See, like my guess is Ron Coomer, but I don't think that's right because we're talking pitching now. And he was a Twin and a Cub.
This player was a Met, a Twin, a Red Sox, a Twin, and a Cub. I have one more hint to give you. This player is second all time in saves for the Minnesota Twins.
Oh,
Oh, I'd know it. I think
not is it Eddie Guardado?
No.
Rick Aguilera.
Oh,
Rick
Rick Aguilar.
Aguilera.
I was thinking wrong era.
Yeah,
I
you were a little too
I was way too late.
Yep.
Way too
Rick
late.
Aguilera was a 24-year-old in the 1986 New York Mets.
Wow.
Pitched 141 and two-thirds with a 3.88 ERA.
I didn't know he was a Cub for a year.
Yeah,
That kept throwing me off. 2 years, actually.
year and a half, yeah. Yeah, he was a good pitcher. And then the Twins were like, you know what, buddy? We're gonna make you a closer. And he was dominant. He was really good.
POV David Festa in 2026.
We can only hope.
Talking Twins again.
Talking to it always comes back to talking Twins. All right. Well, that has been your New York Metropolitans. On next episode, we're going to get into everyone's favorite team, the Houston Astros. And we're going to talk about how they can cheat their way to another World Series. But until then, take it easy. I don't know. How do we say goodbye on these things? I don't know.
That was like one of the worst things you could have said.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.